on. Yes. Give it to us. Is the mic on? Hello. It is on. Well, tonight's video is brought to you in part by me just sharing some things with you all. As you can see, I have my little sage going. Before you do any workings, there's people that do sacred circles and all that good stuff. I want to focus on the honey jar and how to make it effective for you. Now, what I want to say is, before I jump into this, honey jars, oils, candles, herbs, gemstones, crystals, these things are tools. And if you don't know how to properly use these tools, you're not going to be able to benefit from these tools. So going into anything that you get, no matter who you get it from, and I always say this, if it's granddada, somebody who's been doing this for 75 years plus, if the user of that product do not know what they are doing, then you just have, going back into the honey jar, you just have a honey jar. That's it. You don't have nothing special. So it's very important to remember that. All this stuff is just tools. And that's why when I teach you about how to do things and or I explain things, I like to be as detailed as possible. Because a lot of people, they don't really be as detailed. They tell you, here's how you make this, here's how you make that. They don't really tell you how to really do it. So I will not be telling you everything that's in this because obviously I sell honey jars. You can check it out to experienceblogspot.com. And like I said, I'm just going to show you how to properly use them and how to, if you want to make your own, how to charge them so they are effective. And once again, if somebody gave you a Porsche or a car that was $250,000, if you don't know how to drive, that $250,000 car is just a piece of metal to you, right? But for those of you who know how to drive, that car is probably a valuable item to you. And like I said, that goes into all magical things. So as you can see here, I'm going to explain as much as I can. Let's start with the base of the honey jar first. It's important to do a glass jar that has a real tin or aluminum top, because of course you're dealing with elements here. Glass has all 4 elements in it. If you don't know, it has 4 elements, all 4 elements: earth, air, fire, and water. Do your research. And then of course the aluminum or tin lid depends on the metal. Tin is connected to Jupiter. So remember, if you've catch my other video, we talked about Jupiter symbolizing rising above something. So actually ascending from something. I think there's a movie called Jupiter Ascending, if I'm not mistaken. But for those of us who are well trained in magic, we're not just talking about riddled. We just we go pick up books and the books say, well, Jupiter's for money, prosperity, and gracious, and it's just simple for it. Like for those of us who actually know what these things mean and the energy that are attached to these planets, we know how beneficial it could be in our works. Okay, so here you go. Glass, real glass. Now, when you're doing anything magical, you want to use raw, organic, as fresh as possible. Now, you may not have the coin, and that's fine, but you want to try to save up to get real products. And we're going in oils too. You want to make sure your oils that you get are pure oils. They're not made from synthetic fragrances, synthetic oils like mineral oil, well oil, and all the other good stuff. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff out there, fake stuff, vegetable oil, people buy and all the good stuff. No tea, no shade, but you want to make sure that you are getting stuff that has actual essence in it, like cold pressed oils. I don't have it near me, but I make oils, and my base oil is usually cold pressed grapeseed oil, cold pressed olive oil, or sunflower oil. But either way, of course, before you use this jar, you want to cleanse it. You want to cleanse your whole space before working. No matter what you're doing, you want to light an incense. You want to light some sage. You want to just make sure the energy in this area is going to be conducive to what it is you're trying to bring in. And the whole time while you're doing this work, you want to have your mind on what it is you're trying to bring in. Okay, the whole time. Now, as a beginner, that might be a little hard, but you want to push yourself to get there. You want to push yourself to why you're doing something. That's why I always tell you, when you do your magical practices, you want to have alone time and quietness. Okay. So, like I said, I'm not going to tell you everything that's in this, but I will tell you some of the stuff that's going to be in this jar. Once again, keeping it pure, again, organic, raw. Now, remember, herbs are, if you get them organically or locally grown, they are organic material that comes from the earth, that has been charged by the energy of the earth, as you have been charged by the energy of the earth, believe it or not. And the essence of the flowers and herbs are actually very similar to your essence. This is why, if you do your research, natural medicines like, there's a company out there, I don't remember the name of the company, but they actually use flower essence to cure the body, like wildflower, honeysuckle, rosebuds. I mean, it's crazy. And I know if you're into the healthcare stuff, the holistic stuff, you'll find exactly what I'm talking about. But these items I get locally. I live in a very agriculture, I always say that. But a lot of my herbs come locally grown in the state of California, from wild crafted farmers, and or if it's not from California, it's from Oregon, which is also a very powerful place when it comes to the soil. So all of my herbs that I use in my products are natural, raw, and you can literally like take it straight from out of the thing, honey, and just put it in your mouth. Like there's no poison on there. There's nothing in these herbs that I use. So that's why the stuff I use is so powerful. But on top of using the herbs, this is basil. I love basil. I have basil essential oils. You want to take your herbs that you're going to be using. This jar that we're making today is on success. You can use any herb that you want to use as far as, and that's something I want to say too. If you're not familiar with the herbs you want to use for the purpose, this is not the video for you. But you want to take your herb and you want to, you can use what do they say? What is the word for it? Pestle and mortar. You can use that to grind your herbs together, to loosen. I like to take my hand and I like to just squeeze it with my hands, and I like to just feel the essence or the feeling of the herb in my hand. And while I'm doing this, I like to electrically charge these herbs. Once again, you are an electrical being. Everything around you is electrical, including the sofa that I'm sitting on right now. So because this comes from a plant that has been shifted, cut, whatever, it's been pulled from the roots, you have to infuse this herb with your intention. So while I'm doing this, I'm literally sending waves, electrical waves into this herb for the purpose that I'm using it for. So in this case, like I said, we're using this for success and or stabilizing your business, your foundation, however you want to do it. If you want to use some quick money, like I said, you can use this honey jar for anything. So I'm actually going to say out loud what I'm saying. I take this basil and I infuse it with the purpose of bringing in success. Now, many people do not know basil is a quick money bringer. It brings money in very quickly. If you can use sweet basil, that's even better, but it works very, very quickly on money. So, and also while I'm doing this too, I'm actually visualizing energy being sent into this herb. You got to be very, creative, have a great imagination. So once I'm done with that, I put that into the jar. A little bit goes a long way too. Just because it's a big jar to me, you got to put a lot of stuff up in that. Okay. Going into the second item I'm going to put in there, I guess I can tell you this too. Cloves. Yes, cloves is great for success, protection, healing, and it smells so good too. So once again, you're going to touch this. Anything you touch actually becomes electrically charged. Just by touching it, I'm giving it energy. I'm giving it life. But I'm thinking in my mind, once again, I'll say it out loud. I use these cloves or this ground cloves to bring me success and to protect it. So once again, even with my eyes open, I'm seeing energy going into this clove. And the more you do that, the more powerful it is. I've learned that too. So once again, I'm putting it in the jar, and I like to shake it up together so that the clove can meet with the basil and say, hey, honey, how you doing? We're working together to help out this client. I'm thinking of me making you a honey jar. Okay, so after we're done with that, I won't tell you what's up in this one. This one's not even marked anyway. Once again, this one is a local grown herb. Okay. A little bit goes a long way because it's a little expensive. This stuff right here, for this much right here, I paid $15. And I can show you the receipt. That's why my oils are $30 for 1 ounce. Hello! And all of my oils are actually measured out separately too. So once again, you're taking this herb or spice. You can use spices as well. And I'm literally, you know, infusing it with my energy, my intent. I'm just thinking about what it is I want to bring into it. And I'm going to say I infuse this spice with the purpose of bringing me success. Once again, place it in a jar, stir it up. Normally I put the lid on and shake it up, but I don't want to, you know, it takes me hours to get prepared and I don't want to do that here for the steak. So of course, have those 3 herbs up in there. One more thing I'm going to use is sugar mixed in with something else. Now we all know what sugar does. Sugar is a sweetener. What they say, you attract more bees with honey than you do vinegar. Oh! So once again, ooh, that just feels so good. Take the gradules of the sugar and this other ingredients and just, ooh, just feels so good. And also too, the crystals of sugar actually attract. You know, crystallized anything is good for attracting something to you. So I like to just feel that. Oh, I just feel it in my body, honey. And once again, I infuse the sugar with the purpose of bringing success. Place that in that, stir it up so they can all, you know, get mingled up, you know. And I'm thinking of them being just fun and, hey, girl, you know, they're just in here talking together. Hey, honey, yes, come on, honey. Okay. And we're going to put one more dry ingredients. I like to put my dry ingredients in my honey jars first. This is jasmine flower. Jasmine is good for love. Jasmine is good for passion. Jasmine is good for healing. Jasmine is also good for money. It attracts realness. If you're not a real person, just like rosebuds, if you're not authentic, if you're not looking for real anything, then you don't got to worry about using this. I also want to say this too. If you're not an authentic person, if you don't have real goals, you know, jasmine and rose will bring out the realness in you, which sometimes is chastising for some people. Because once again, people don't like to believe in karma, but the universe is here to teach you how to be disciplined, especially when it comes to magic. And people think they're going to get around that. It ain't going to happen. So I'm crushing the jasmine buds up and I'm thinking about what it is I'm needing, you know. And with the flowers, for some reason, I like to say thank you, thank you, thank you, Jasmine. Thank you, honey. Yes, you know. And I'm just going to think what I'm asking Jasmine for. I'm not going to say it out loud. Hello! Okay. Mix that up like that. You see how they're all mixed up in there, honey? Look how that. Okay. Okay. Now, I got one more dry ingredient, which works very good. A lot of people do not know. Salt is like really good for almost everything, especially when it comes to protecting and locking something down. So I'm going to take the salt. I charge and infuse the salt to protect any money that I get now and in the future. And you just feel that, honey. I love salt. I got so much salt, honey. I'm not a salty person, though. Ow, come on, Miss Thing. Mix that up in there, honey. Ooh, it smells so good. Okay, so 2 things now I'm going to go. Now, you could do this 2 ways. There's 2 ways to use a honey jar and or to build a honey jar, okay? If you are a new beginner, I will advise you to place something like a petition into your jar. I will advise you to put, you know, a picture of yourself and or what it is you're trying to do inside of the jar. If you are someone like me who don't really need that, just you infusing for your purpose, you know, putting, you know, the herbs in it, your oils in there, your honey in it, or your whatever sweetened syrup you're going to put in there will be beneficial. And then burning it on top of something and put something on top of it, obviously a candle. But I won't go into that too much. So once I have the dry ingredients in there, which smells so good, I am going to add one of my oils. I make this oil. I won't say what oil this is, because this is one of my secret base root oils. I know it's going to piss people. Like, you didn't tell us everything that's been. I don't have to. Get out and learn some things yourself, honey. So what I like to do is take a drop. A little goes a long way. And infuse it with the dry herbs. Now this oil is already charged for a specific purpose. So I can say while I'm stirring this up, what I use this for. I'm going to think it, because of course thoughts have energy. You don't always got to vocalize everything. And that's so infused. That smells so good. Okay. And I'm going to add some more teas. One of the things I'm going to add is, we'll say, the essence of the lotus flower, which is healing, it's attracting, and it's rejuvenating. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? This one right here, oh God, it's so strong. This is a very strong attracting oil. I put this in something. I won't say what I put this in. I won't say what the name of the oil is. Same thing with this oil right here. And I'm just using these oils to infuse these herbs. Oh my God. Can we talk? Oh, girl. This is a floral extract from a very sweet smelling good flower. And it's a flower that actually grows wild in Oregon. That's what I'm going to say. God, it smells so good. So now that I actually got the herbs in here, basil, the sugar, and my other herbs, then I'm now going to add my sweetener. Now, like I said before, if you want to add picture, if you want to add a piece of your hair, which I like to do, because you want to put something in there that is your own dinner. You can put nail clippings too. If you are going to use your saliva, okay, you want to place it on a napkin. I like to use, I might have to cut. This shit ain't coming out the root. Hold on. I like to put a few pieces. This is your DNA, honey. Hello. Nail clippings, like I said, you can use there we go. You can use your saliva. You want to place it on like a paper towel, a cotton swab if you're going to use that. If you want to use bodily fluids, other bodily fluids, I won't go into that. You can also do that by putting it in, like I said, a napkin, paper towel, anything that can hold it and place it in there. Because of course, saliva, you just go directly into that. That's why I like to chew gum or chew on jelly beans and spit in there, because your saliva will kind of evaporate. I feel that, and it's not as potent if you just put directly in there. So you do want to do that. And like I said, if you pictures, put a petition there, blah, 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 bring me this, bring me that, blah, blah, blah. It all works. So I'm actually using molasses. There's a lot of videos online that's telling you if you use something that is heavy like this, it slowly attracts things to you. I don't feel that way, because this is why you put a petition in the jar and or your hair in the jar, because your whole purpose is to attract something to you. And whatever you put in here is to lock down and to bring in. So the stiffer it is, now you don't want it too stiff, the more potent it's going to be. Okay. Molasses, briar rabbit. Okay. Now, honey, this is a local grown honey. Like I said before, you want to keep your energy or whatever you use magically as raw and organic as possible. So you have local. Yes, you could taste the stuff you use. So good, honey. This is actually wildflower honey. And I think I mixed it with clover honey too. They didn't know that, girl. Don't tell them. So what I'm gonna do with this is, I'm sorry. I had jasmine. There was a jasmine there. What I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna pour this in, and I'm just gonna let that drip up in there, honey. Let it drip, let it drip, let it drip, let it drip. I'm thinking about what it is I want it. Bring it to me. Woo! Okay, we're gonna use a little bit for our tea later. Ooh. Oh, girl, I love honey. Okay, so that's like that. But there's another type of honey I like to use, which has a honeycomb in it. Okay, this comes from San Jose, California, and they actually grow their honey there, their honey there too, and I love that. So this has a honeycomb in it. I'm not making this for love, so I'm not going to use the honeycomb. The honeycomb symbolizes unity, household, the queendom. So you would use that if you're trying to lock down a marriage. You use the honeycomb of the honey. I'm going to use it because the honey has the honeycomb energy in it, and this is to bring stability, of course, into. Oh, there's pieces coming out. Oh, okay, we're gonna get a little bit of that honeycomb up in here tonight. Yes, honey, just a little bit. You don't got to fill that up because I'm going to put more stuff in here, but I'm not going to show y'all what I'm putting up in here. Hello! And you seal it up when you're complete. Now, if you want to, you can taste the sweetness of success by sticking your finger in it. I don't do this when I make people's honey jar. You can do it if you want to, but you taste it. It tastes so good, honey. You taste all those seeds up in here, too. And you shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. And you think of it, spirit, bring me what I need. Bring it to my spirits, bring it to my spirits, bring it to my spirits. Thank you, spirits, thank you, spirits, thank you, spirits, thank you, spirits. You just shake that honey drop, honey. You just shake it up, shake that honey. Okay, bam, it's shaking up. And there you go. It's a basic, effective honey jar. Now, once again, wherever you get your honey jar at, what determines the success of your work is where the products or the items that are inside the honey jar come from. It goes with anything. Use cheap wax candles. That's the basil. If you use cheap wax candles, your magic ain't gonna be that potent versus using soy candles or beeswax based candles. Those are more potent because they're more raw, right? The same thing with the honeys and stuff. If you're using organic honey, which I mean, it wouldn't really matter when it comes to honey jar because even if they have the high fructose corn honey, because some of that grade A honey is not real honey, it's actually sugar, crystallized sugar, liquefied or something like that. Can't remember how that goes. So I'm not saying it's not going to work. It'll be a little slower. The honey is potent. Molasses is potent because that's the mix in of some teas. But syrup outside of maple syrup, like I said, that may kind of dampen the work. Even going into using incense, you want to use incense that are made from real products. Not cutting on nobody, but I will not buy no Dollar Tree incense and use for no magical practices I'm doing. I will not buy no Walmart brand, Ganesh, no tea, no shade. They have that brand Ganesh, Gonesh. That's not made for real jasmine flowers. It's not made for none of that. So you want to keep whatever you're using organic and pure as possible when you're doing your works, because that all has essence in it, that has energy in it that's been undiluted, and that will make it very potent. Like I said, going back into my oils, people are like, damn, the oils are $30, and I go online and get a half ounce for $7. Well, that's true, but that oil, when they make it at mass production, is made out of mineral oil, and they will all tell you, like Indio, and there's many other companies like that would tell you their oils are made out of mineral oil and dyes and stuff. That's not pure oil. And I'm not saying that's not as effective, but like I said, I want to stick to pure, undiluted products when it comes to the arts. And that's why it works for people. And other people doesn't work. When they say, yeah, I did that, it didn't work for me. Well, did you get the real ingredients or did you try to be cheap? Well, I only got $5, so I got to go to Dollar Tree. Well, that's fine. But, we can't guarantee the work when you do that. Once again, what you use, it does not matter. It's where it comes from. And of course, the person who's using it. Okay, I can make a jar for 20 different people and it could be for me. Obviously, I made it, my products, my everything. And the ones who are going to manifest are the ones that actually put in the work. What I'm actually willing to do too is because a lot of people say, I want to take 10 people. And this is going to be on my blog spot. This is going to be my blog spot within the next 2 days. If you're watching this now, I want to take 10 people and only 10 people because I can't do 20 or 30 people at one time. Woo. Girl, and I want to, for 7 days, I want to walk you through the process of what it is that you're trying to get accomplished and walk you through the process of using certain things. And for those 7 days, I'm going to mentor you. And I'm thinking the price is going to be $50. So I'm going to mentor you. And you have to follow. This is going to be the disclaimer, or not disclaimer, but the rules of the game. You can't do what you want to do. Okay? No tea, no shade. You are going to have to follow everything I tell you to do, because even going into magic and stuff, when I do people's casework, they always do what they want to do. And then they're like, well, it didn't work for me. Or, oh, this happened. Or I saw it coming, but something came in the way. Well, it's because you're not really giving it your all. Because if you're giving your all, then you would say, I don't know. It's like surgery and stuff. I won't even go into that. When I went into getting surgery, my very first surgical procedure I had done, I was afraid. Because people were like, yeah, you could die under anesthesia. That's scary. Oh, girl, I don't know if you're going to do that. Oh my God. And then I started doing my research. And right before I got my surgery done, there was actually somebody that got put into a coma because they had like seizure under medication or under anesthesia or something. But coming to find out, they got into a coma because they were drinking alcohol and doing other things weeks leading up to the surgery. Now, when I paid for my surgery in December, I booked it for February, which was 6 to 8 months ahead of the game. They told me for the next 6 to 8 months or 8 weeks what not to put in my body, what not to do, because if you do that, there are risks that's going to come along with that. And I listened to my doctor, and not only did my procedure go well, but I healed quite quickly. And a lot of the things, like they said, darker skin, keloid, and all the other good stuff, I didn't have no problems. My doctor was just like, I've been doing surgery for 30 years. I've never seen people heal up this quickly. And of course, that goes into what I put in my body and how I take care of my body. My body is my temple. I take care of my body. Trust me. So going into your magic, if you are not listening to the doctor, because when you come to your spiritual advisor, not saying they're your doctor, but you are coming to them for help. If you're not listening to what they're telling you, then you can't say, well, I did everything you told me to and it didn't work for me, because you're a damn lie. And I don't want to say it like that, but you are. Because the ones that tell me that, I got emails to prove it. That girl, for the first 7 days, or the first days we started, honey, they were too focused on, well, are you going to, you should be worried about that, big girl. You should be preparing for what's coming in for you, not how it's going to happen. Because that's for me to worry about, not you. But what you're not going to do, you're not going to give me more stress, the type of stress that I'm already dealing with when it comes to me putting this energy into your work. And I won't say stress, but like I said before, there's good stress and bad stress. And regardless of if it's good or bad, your body still reacts the same. So people got to learn that. So like I said, the people that I do bring on for this mentorship for 7 days, and I want to start this probably Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, you have to follow everything. Don't question outside of what I say. Don't say, well, I know you told me not to do this, but I decided to do this anyway. Or something was telling me, Mystic, to go check on them anyway. When you do that, you're disqualified. I will say thank you, goodbye. God bless you and good luck with the stuff that you're doing. That's it. We're not playing on games anymore, honey. We're not doing that. So that is the disclaimer. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like I said, honey, good jar. It's gonna work. If you do what I say, put your energy into it, put your thoughts into it, put your intention into it. Don't think about, well, what happened? This doesn't work. Is this really going to work? I don't know. Is it? Going out to another thing too, just another little secret inside I wasn't going to share, but I guess I will. If you have gemstones, I have selenite here, and I have pyrite here. You can actually take your selenite or whatever crystals you have. You might have a lodestone. You might have a gold stone. You might have amazonite. You might have a carnelian. Whatever stone you use for whatever purpose, you can actually place it by your jars. Of course, infuse it. Of course, selenite clears, so you don't have to train selenite what to do. But when it comes to these other crystals, you have to train it with your intention. I use this pyrite for attraction, right? And you fully give it the intention you want, because crystals feed off of you and you feed off of them. And then you would put it by your honey jar and you let it sit there for a few hours. I would say 8 to 12 hours. And there you go. I do that with all my items too. That's why it takes 37 days for you to get your damn items, girl. Don't be hitting me up 2 days later saying, well, my items at Mystic, I ordered 2 days ago. I haven't got it yet. Have you emailed it out? And I love when they'll be like, Mystic, the post office said something was delivered today and I didn't get it. Is it possible that you mailed off that item already? You just placed the item 24 hours ago. You wouldn't have got it that fast. So there you go. There you go. That's it. Powerful honey jar, effective honey jar. Do your thing, honey. Hello! You can hit me up at treespiritedmissare.blogspot.com where you see all the other teas I offer. This is a basic honey jar. I offer different levels of honey jar that I put I put other stuff in that's beneficial to the work you're needing. Once again, it's a basic honey jar that's it's gonna still work though. And of course, question about services and products to spirit8missy8@gmail.com. If you have any question, of course, you can email me, honey. And like I said before, I love to do work with people just so they can test to see if I know what I know. Hello. Because you know there be haters on the line, honey. Good morning, Adrian Riverwolf. How are you? Could you use the little bee I bought you around in honey jar? That's right. Yes, you can. Yep. Yep. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Adrian. Yep. It works well. When it comes to the candle colors too, you can use whatever candle color you want on top of your jar, depending on your purpose. I would say for the purpose of success, it will be blue, yellow, or red, depending on what you're trying to pull out. If you're not aware of how those colors work, I have videos on that. If they're still there, if they're not still there, offer a class on colors and symbolism in magic. You definitely check that out, honey. 2spirit8missy@blogspot.com. Yes, make that rose water. Come on. Ooh, I just got oil all over my damn feet. Something told me to put that damn lid back on. Girl. I guess I'm going to go, honey. I spilled oil, honey. All on this damn. Oh, no, I didn't put that lid back on it. Hello. Anyway, hello, Little Murray. Yes, honey. I've seen those videos, Little Murray. I love it, honey. You like maple syrup as well? Oh, it works. I love maple syrup. Yes, maple syrup works very well. Liquid cane sugar, pure liquid cane sugar works as well. Maple syrup works as well as a sweetener. Honey, of course, works as well. You can use anything, honestly. I've used Dollar Tree syrup, which was like maple syrup. And that's for like emergencies. If you're really trying to pull in some real stuff, you need to use the real stuff. Like, you're going to invest. When it comes to getting magical things, you're going to have to invest. A lot of people like to take the easy way out for big things. And then it's like, well, why didn't work for me? Well, I mean, you tried to cut yourself short. You know, a lot of people are like, well, I don't got the money for that right now. But you can buy the money to buy alcohol. You can spend the money to eat out every damn day. You can spend the money to buy you coffee every day. You can spend the money to buy you anything. Like, girl, earrings, wristbands, new shoes. No tea, no shade. So you got the money for that, but you got the money to invest in yourself magically to get what it is that you need to get. That's your tea, not mine. So like I said before, you cut the spirit short, you get cut short. Spirits will always work things out for you to do things if you're meant to do it. Also, too, people like to be funny with spirit. Spirit will be funny with your ass. People try to say, well, I don't know. I've experienced a lot of funny people, just funny business. And it's just like, girl, do you forget I'm a spiritualist? Do you forget that I can see through that? Do you forget? Do you? So, I just let them think when they think they pulling one over. Girl, you trying to get me to quote you a smaller price? Are you trying to get me to say, oh, it's okay if you don't got the extra $20? It's okay. I'll still do the work. Nope. My spirits I already know what my spirits want when I do work, honey. Ain't no cutting that short. Nope. They'll do. Girl, bye. So anyway, I'm actually going to end this video. I was going to say I'm done. I got some things I have to do. I need to finish this jar. I want to do some other teas. And of course, I got to get up this oil. Womp, womp, womp. So, thank you all for stopping by. As I always say, honey, good luck with your honey jar. Of course, like I said, please, you can comment. You can ask about certain questions. Everything is pretty self-explanatory here. If you're wanting someone to do a honey jar for you, like I said, you can check out that blog spot. And we'll go from there. Shout out to the hater that mentioned in the other video something about a honey jar. Miss Thing, if you're out here saying that you're using people's honey jars and it didn't work for you, even going into the person who was mentioning, not for me, but for someone else, and I've said this before, I'm not a hater. They hit me up and they said they bought an oil from another spiritualist and it did not work for them. And they said, but the oil I got from you, it works. You're the real deal. And I explained to them that doesn't necessarily mean anything, because even if I took that oil and I infused it and I went to the Yucatan, the oh shit. If I went to the Mount Giza, the Pyramid of Giza, if I went over there to Yucatan, honey, if I went to any powerful source, I went to Sedona and I dealt with that vortex. If you are not in that element or you're not in that space to receive whatever that oil has to offer, it's not going to happen for you. And that's why I always tell people when they hit me up for, when it comes to products, you're saying what you want. I can't coach you out of that. When it comes to casework and I'm doing it for you, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need, when you need to do it, and how you need to do it. A lot of people, they like to do it that way, and like I said, that's fine. That's why it's not going to work for you, and I can't guarantee it's not. I'm not going to guarantee it's going to work for you because you want to do it your way. But going into, like I said, products that you get from me, I infuse them with what you're telling me you need it for. But once you get it, you have to infuse it as well. Because if you're not ready for that, if you say, well, I want to get love, then you're like, no, I don't think I want love. Then why did you spend $30 on some love oil? Or I'm ready for success, I'm ready for this. Then it's, oh shit, I'm not ready. And like I told y'all before, there are experiences of people out there that I know about. I've never dealt with this because I learned that you do not come to spirit for anything you're not ready to get. And that works with anything. You don't go apply for a job if you're not ready to get that job. Okay, so going into that, there's people that have bought products from me and or have gotten casework done for me, and they don't know what they want. We had a consultation. Some people have had a guidance thing where I offer the goddess intervention. They've done that. And they still would say, this is what I want, this is what I want. And every week something changes. And this one I will tell them, things are going to happen the wrong way because you're confused. You're putting that confused energy out there. And I kid you not, it always manifests confused. And it is what it is. If you know anybody that comes to these live feeds, or anybody that doesn't come to these live feeds, maybe if I'm talking to you right now, you will know we start doing work, things was working out good, then all of a sudden things start going crazy for you because, of course, you were not sure about what it is you want. I would tell people, what do you really want? And somebody say, well, I think I want this. No, it's not what you think. What do you want? What do you need? Going back into the universe asks you that every day you wake up. Today, what can I do for you? And it's, well, I'm not going to do nothing. I'm going to worry about this man who claimed he loved me, but yet he's having kids with other people. And it's like, that's not what the Spirit said. Spirit said, what can I do for you? I would like you to bring back that man. I would like you to make this man think clearer so that he can see that I'm the best thing for him, the best thing that ever happened to him, and make that happen. That should be your only focus. But of course, like I said, being human, people, they get stuck in their lower self. And once again, that's why I offer classes and counseling to get you up out of that. Because if you're in your lower self, you're not going to extend and get anything that your spirit has to offer you. It's not going to work. You can't be down there and trying to get up here. Even going into people that work with dark energy, you still have to ascend. Everybody has to ascend. There's no, well, I'm going to stay right here. No. Anyway, I'm done. I hope y'all have a good night. God bless y'all. Check out the blog spot, blogspot.com. Email any questions about services. Do not send a long story about your stuff. If you're interested in any products, that's when you should email me, and or once you place your product purchase, then you can email me. Please don't send me, hey, I'm looking to do magic. Let me tell you the story. My wife left me for my device. I don't want to hear that. I will ignore that. Trust when I tell you this. I will ignore that. I get so many emails every day, and it's just impossible to keep up with that. It's impossible to say, go back for it. Yeah, I see your story. Yeah, hit me up. We could do this. And then what? We're going to get on the phone. You're going to re-explain the story to me. By that point, you're going to be defeated, or you're going to already have so much energy going on inside of you till you're like, I'm ready to blow. Yeah. So only save your storylines for consultations. Don't send that in the initial email because I will view it as spam. Gmail sometimes view it as spam too. That's why I don't get some people messages. So like I said before, the only emails you should be emailing is question about products or services, and or the services you already purchased, and you're sending me a screenshot of it, and or kind of give me an idea what it is you're looking for. I'm looking for work that will reunite me back with my ex. I'm looking for work that will rekindle my work. I'm looking for work for a court case. Just tell me that. Don't go into this would happen. I got locked up, this and that. Because also another thing too, your emails are read by Google. AOL and Yahoo. No tea, no shade. So a lot of people be sending emails and it's like, why would you want to incriminate yourself? Over the phone, we don't got to worry about that. I don't record my calls. Everything we talk about is confidential. I make sure I live by myself, so nobody's going to hear anything. But it's like they send these emails and be like, yeah, I'm about ready to go do this and do that. And I'm like, why would you put that in the email, sis? And then my email get hacked by accident. And then the FBI looking and said, oh, who the hell is Diana? They click on Diana. They're like, wait a minute. Diana talking about she was about to go. Then before you know it, you got a case. So you only want to talk about your problems on the phone and or if you book an in-person consultation. That's the only time. You don't want to send an email of anything. Oh, yeah, it is what it is, girl. I don't answer those emails. Okay. See you later, Adrian. Have a good day, honey. You can work with people. I don't have the patience. There you go. It takes a lot of patience, air boost. It takes a lot. And the crazy thing about it is when you see these spiritualists out there, well, I don't know about you. I don't think this person really do anything. And it's like, you're not getting any clients. Because if you're really doing work, I won't go into that, but we all know, trust me, real spiritualists, we all know what it takes to even do your own work. I have the patience, but my patience can run very thin. If I have to repeat something to you, then it's like, oh my God. Like this is why I always tell people, when you do a consultation with me, when we do a casework together, make notes of the work that you're doing and make notes of anything I call you on. If I call you and say, this is your work, this would happen, write that stuff down so you're not redundant. Going into even like sometimes people, they will email, we'll do their work. Let's say I've done work for people like in December or October, and they'll wait until like February to email me and say, hey, I never got pictures of my casework. And it's like, yes, you did. So I have to go in, I have to dig for their stuff, then screenshot and or forward message and say, here you go. Then they're like, oh, okay. Yes. So stuff like that, like I said, that is kind of like, girl, going into, like I said, being redundant with things. That's the confusion. That's a confused energy. That's why I offer consultations too. So you can tell me your issues and I can give you the insight and we can move on. But like I said, some people, honey, they will ask questions after question. It'll be the same question. Well, what do you think I should do? How do you think I should do it? When we're on that phone for an hour and 30 minutes, you don't remember me telling you what you should do and how you should go about it? You remember that? Or I would say initially, this is this is that. And then they will be like, well, can you re-explain that? Especially on a video. You can go back and catch the replay and get the tea. No tea, no shade. When you're coming on here, you can take notes like a lot of you do. A lot of you come on here, you take notes, honey. You call me and be like, girl, you'll even be like, girl, the video you said, blah, 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 girl. And it's like, damn, I don't remember what I said in that video, but you're taking notes. And that's what people do when they want to learn. They don't just go by, well, I'm just going to sit here. Hey, my boo-boo itched today. Hey, y'all. Hey, I'm shopping today. And then you're out here looking like, what is this video about? What are y'all talking about? What's going on in here? What? What's going on in here? What? Oh, you're not ready for no casework, girl. You're not ready for no work. You're not ready for no work, sis. Yes. 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 That's another thing too, Adrian. People think that because, of course, a lot of fake spiritualists have them thinking that magic stuff is just boom. You hit me up today. We start today. I will be able to call you tomorrow and say we're finished. It takes time. I won't even go too deep into that because that would turn into a whole hour-long video. But yes, it takes time. And when you get caught up in that stuff, when I'm doing rituals, like I don't think, oh shoot, it's 30 minutes. Oh, it's 9:30. I got to be done with this by 11:30. No, I literally stop whatever it is I'm doing, and I will put my all into the work that I'm doing. And there's times where I've done rituals that was supposed to be done for only an hour, because I would tell you, an hour minimum, sometimes 2 minutes if you're new at it. But the more you start doing, the more time you have to devote to your stuff. Well, I did 4-hour work, and then I realized, I look at the clock and I'm like, oh my God, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. What was I doing this whole time? Like, I'm literally freaking myself out, like 4 hours, because you get caught up in that. When you're working with the spirits, you forget about all that, the time, the space. So that's why I'm like, me to guarantee 3 days, like people that have paid for 3-day rituals, which I think is a medium level ritual. And they literally have emailed me on the second day, like, oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear back from you. And it's like, dude, do you want me to end your casework now and send you some results right now? Because that's you trying to micromanage, for one. For two, even though I said 3 days, that's why I said give me 7 days, because I may do those works for 3 days and I may feel like I'm not done. Because when it comes to the work, I'm a perfectionist. When it comes to other stuff, I'm not a perfectionist. When it comes to putting on my makeup, put my wig on, getting dressed, I don't care about that. As long as I got clothes on, my makeup is on, the wig is on. I don't care, girl. The wig could be flipped over backwards like that. I don't care. But when it comes to spiritual work, I am a perfectionist. If I don't feel like the energy I put into it was enough, or I don't feel like I just feel like something is off, then I will extend it. I will. So that's why I'm like, I don't like to be rushed. You need to be patient with me. You pay for the work, that's all you need to be worried about. Ain't no, unless I told you a week and then it took me 3 weeks to get back to you, then I understand that. But it's like, girl, it's like, I'm just kind of in check. Or like I said, people, they got their way of micromanaging. And it's like, girl, I will ignore you. I don't play that. And like I said, if that lose customers, I don't really care. I have people that have been supporting me since day one, and their money enough supports me enough. Okay, let's talk about it. Them supporting me is enough money for me to pay my bills and to survive. No tea, no shade. So like I said before, if you do not understand that I will not sit here and I will not put your casework on hold and or my other casework on hold to sit back and keep emailing with you about the same stuff over and over because you need to be soothed with the situation. Ultimately, what that's telling me is that you don't trust the work we're doing. Ultimately, what that's telling me is that you're not ready for the work that we're doing. Ultimately, what that's telling me is that you're more focused on the now instead of the future. Because if you're dwelling on now what's going on, you're not going to be prepared for what is to come. Everything is temporary. And that's what I'm saying. People forget that. People get so caught up in now, like, oh God, I know we're doing this work, but oh my God, things just, and it's like, it's happening because you're stuck in the damn past. You're still worried about this man doing things that have nothing to do with you. You're still worried about this woman doing things that have nothing to do with you. You're still focused about, oh my God, I can't believe the last time I talked to this man, which was in 2003, and it's 2018, sister. That was 15 years ago. He's just like, yeah, the last time we talked, he told me to F off and this and that. So it's like, do you really want this man back then? Or, I got an emergency, Mystic, and I'm going through some stuff, and this is really, really rough for me, and I just need some closure. And then we sit on the phone, we do the consultation, and I'm telling them what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling, what we can do about the situation. Okay, thank you, Mystic. I feel a lot better now. Thank you. And then I get an email 2 days later, and then it's, oh my God, you will not believe what had just happened. Oh my God, remember I was telling you about this and that? Well, guess what? They came up and they did it. And it's like, why would you tell me that, for one? I'm doing your work. Why would you tell me that? For two, are you focused on what's going on now or what's going to happen when it's done? Because you're focused on what's going on now, you're going to always deal with this. None of the work that we're doing is going to work. None of it. You may see a little bit of something because that happens with everybody. You see something, regardless of what work you do with me and how you do it, you're going to see something. Those who are fully ready for it, who are fully focusing on the results, it comes and they're like, I see it coming. Bam, I got it. Some people, you can look at past reviews. Well, you can't because they took down that whole damn channel. But there was many girls that came on. They did a testimony. Yes, I'm getting a proposal. There's a ring. There's this or that. Yes, I got a job call. 3 jobs called me back. Yes, thank you, Mr. Blah, blah, blah. And then I get a call later or a week later, there's an email saying, hey, everything is turned back to where it was at. I don't know what's going on. I'm about ready to give up. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, right off the back, I know why it didn't work out for you, because you wasn't giving it your all. You were giving it some things. Instead of you doing your stuff, I was telling you, do it in the morning, do it at night, do it in the afternoon, depends on what your instruction is. You were half-ass doing it. Hey, I forgot to do it for 2 days, Mystic. Can I restart all over? Yeah, but that might still damper it. If we started doing something, I'm telling you for the next 7 days, Spirit is telling me to tell you for the next 7 days, do this. And then it's like, oh, I couldn't do it because I had to go talk to my neighbor. Oh, I couldn't do it, Mystic, because I ended up working late. Then when I got for work, my neighbor stopped me outside, checked me out, like, we were talking about her marriage and shit. And it's like, what? So that's why Spirit ain't bringing it to you, because it's about devotion. If you want spirit to bring you a man, a job, a car, anything, you have to show spirit that this is really what I want and this is all I'm thinking about. That's the whole point of sacrificing. It's to put everything else that's not important on the back burner and focus on what it is that you want. But the fact is that you're telling spirit, I want that man, but I don't really care right now because my neighbor right now is want to talk to him about her man and I'm nosy as hell and I want to be messy and I want to hear about her shit. Then I'm going to put you on back burner and the spirit's going to say, well, you don't really want this then. So how about this? I sit back on the back burner while because you want to put your situation on the back burner, I'll sit back there too. And I kid you not, those are people that will call me and say, Mystic, I don't know what's going on, but things are looking good, but now things are starting to happen differently. Or Mystic, I went to another spiritualist and they told me that this and this was going to happen. And I thought that this was going to happen because we did the work. And it's like, but it was going to happen because you saw it. This person actually conveyed messages to you. I don't have their number. I can't reach out to that person. So you think, how else would they give you the information off the work that you were doing in secret? How is it you ask spirit to bring you a man to marry and the man start talking about marrying you, which he never said before we start doing the work. And then all of a sudden it's, he tell you that he has to fly to Washington, D.C. because his brother found him another person. It's like, girl, stop it. You're not giving it your all. And yet you're trying to blame me. It's not my fault because I'm giving it my all, girl. I don't sacrifice my time for nothing, girl. I don't go clubbing. I don't drink. I don't party. I don't hang out with friends. I hang out with family, girl. I sacrifice my shit to make sure that I do what I need to do. So you can sit and say, well, yeah, it didn't work for me. I don't know what happened. No, girl, it had to work for you, girl, because I got nothing else to do. I don't got kids to feed. Girl, I don't got to worry about no man. Girl, when I'm doing your work, only time I have is to do your work. So the work is being done. The energy is being put in. So if it's not working out, sis, it's something you're not doing. It's something that you're doing and you're not telling me, or something you're not doing that you should be doing. It's one or the other. So then I sit here and play the game. Well, you gave me a car to drive, but I don't know how to drive, because that's really what it's about. It's like me giving you a car and you don't know how to drive and it's just sitting parked. Then you said, oh, you gave me this car and I don't know how to drive. Thanks to you. No, because you asked for the car and I gave you the car. You should tell me you know how to drive. You should tell me you weren't ready to drive that damn car. Hello? Going into magic. I want this to happen. Trust me, I want this to happen. Okay, prove it. Then it doesn't happen. It's, well, why it didn't work for me? You didn't give it your all. Because I've seen people walk out their hospital bed with works that I've done. I think people get blocked on an Instagram and or a dating site and they really wanted that man and spirit unblocked that, unlocked, and they reconnected. Can we talk about it? I see people that was about to serve time in prison for a charge that did not do. They were innocent. And I kept stressing the fact, if you're really innocent, this is going to turn around. If you're not innocent and you're trying to fool spirits into proving that you're innocent, it's going to turn around and backfire on your ass. And guess what? It turned out to where they didn't have to be charged. It was dropped. Can we talk about it? Going into that. So it's like, how is it that the minor stuff wouldn't manifest, but these bigger things are manifesting? That's not how spirit operate. All things are viewed the same according to the need of the person who's asking for that. Okay. All needs are viewed the same depending on the needs. All things are equal depending on the needs of the person who's asking for it. So whether or not you're asking for a new job, a new man, to keep your job, to keep your man, if that's really what you need, it's going to work out that way. It's not about anything else. Like, well, maybe the spell was done wrong. To bring back a fish, and there's a billion fishes out there. No tea, no shade. I'm just saying that. There's a billion fishes out there, honey, especially when it comes to women. Girl, bye. There's country out there, girl, that you're in charge of everything. You can go in there and say, I want him, and he has to come forward and marry you. But instead, girl, you out here chasing goblins and goblins, honey. And you want to come and say, well, anyway, let me go. Well, let me go. It is. Yes, spiritual work is serious business. Yes. No, it's not. It's not. Hello, plantation spirits. You said it right. Girl, we don't do plantation spirits over here. And there's no cut-ins on that. We don't do that. No, I have not seen the Black Panther movie at all, Adrian. I will be waiting until it gets in video because I'm not a follower. Everybody went to the theater to see it. No tea, no shade. I'm going to wait until I get on DVD so I can be sitting over here doing some teas while it's on. Kind of like the movie Suicide Squad, the movie Beloved, and all these other esoteric movies that they don't think we know about. When it's on, I like to sit there and I like to do my stuff because that energy is transmuted through that TV. And we all know that the TV is an observer and it's a repeller. We all know that. These TVs are designed to be like your mind. Same thing with the computers. It's sucking and it's putting out. So you damn right, when those movies on, honey, I'm doing my stuff like, oh, yeah, oh, come on, honey. Let's get this energy right. Hello. Oh, the candles are in the way. I can't say this. I need to come on and tell about the case where you did for me last year. Come on. Yes. Yes, Adrian. We need to do a testimony for you. Yes. Yes. You and Amy. Definitely. You and Amy are in other parts of the world. Hello? You're in a whole nother country. I want Amy to come on to talk about her difficulties. And I want you to come on. And, like I said, I just know when people are serious about what they want. People that are serious, they let you do your thing. They're not like every day, hoo, hoo, ha, ha, choo, choo, hey, hey, hoo, hoo. It's like, girl, let that energy rest. Let it rest. You keep digging. You keep checking on that Band-Aid. When it's, hey, I know you're doing work on me right now, but I just want to say this. Somebody threw an egg at my mailbox. If we're doing protection work on you and the protection work is not finished, people may throw eggs at your mailbox. Hell, I've had people that did protection work from a certain thing and more stuff started happening. And I told them that's what that energy does. That energy is going to clean out things first. It's going to pull out all that ugly shit. Because if you never asked for this work to be done, that shit would have probably came down the line. But what Spirit does is when you ask for Spirit to bring things into fruition, if there's clutter in the way, Spirit will remove that clutter. And Spirit doesn't take it and dispose of it. Spirit still makes you experience that because you're supposed to experience that for your soul. So going into protection work, when you start doing protection work, things are going to be more prominent. It's going to be more visible to you because that's Spirit's way of saying you are on the money. There you go. So you're going to experience a little bit of it, but maybe instead of them getting eggs on your car, maybe they were going to flatten your tire. Like I said, you still got to experience stuff you're supposed to experience. Just with the help of magic, it lightens the load. Can we talk about it? People don't understand that. You're still going to experience what you're supposed to experience. Magic doesn't reroute your spiritual plan. It just makes it to where when you land, it's some cushion there because you're still going to fall. You're still going to experience, if you're meant to experience a car accident, you're still going to experience that car accident. It's just not going to be to where you experience it and you die. You just might walk out with, dent on front of your car. Can we talk about it? That's how Spirit does. That's what Spirit does. You might say, Spirit, hey, Spirit, please protect me. I don't want to get robbed. Protect me. And Spirit will have you in a situation where there's a robbery, but Spirit allow you to get out that robbery safe and sound. Okay. Yes, you peed on yourself. Yes, you did some other stuff on yourself, but Spirit got you out there alive, didn't it? Hello? So, like I said before, when you're doing work on anything, you don't, hey, I know we're doing the work, but I'm getting eight. No, because I will be like, girl, I'm going to ignore that because that's normal. And I say that too. I say that when we do the consultation. This may happen, but like I said, people, they don't write that stuff down. It goes out the window because they're I gotta let this out. This is why things are happening to you because you're so caught up on your emotion and going into powerful spiritualists. You got to be able to stabilize your emotion. When your intellect and your emotion is connected or is balanced, things start coming to you. Spiritual things happen to you. You see things clearer. The reason why you have spiritual fog is because you let your emotions overcloud your logic. You allow your emotions to overcloud your intellect. Even going into situations, no tea, no shade, where you get blindsided. You shouldn't have been blindsided. Going into me when I've been robbed before. I was aware, but I was too exhausted and I was too listening to the bum next to me that I allow my emotions to overcloud my intellect, because if I didn't allow that, then my emotions and intellect being connected and me seeing things clear, I would have said, honey, you can walk down the street by yourself. I'm gonna walk around. That's what would happen. But I let my emotions get in the way and cloud that. So I couldn't really see things clearly. And that's why I would say real spirituals have a balance of logic and reasoning. Skeptical people, another thing why people are so, once again, they let emotions overcloud their intellect. And now having too much intellect will make you very skeptical. It'll make you very much like, I don't believe that. I got to see that to happen. You said spirits is real. Make a spirit appear right now. That's an intellectual person. Hey, you said magic is real, Mystic. Then I want you to say, Spirit, bring me $5,000 and make it fall from the sky. Because, you know, like, bitch, you're thinking of logical. You're thinking of, yeah, I got to see it to believe it. And going into the spiritual people that are too spiritually in, they will say, I watched a video and the lady said that she walked through the wall. I believe that because I had a dream I did that before, Mystic. What? And when they say common sense, I think common sense is something that is commonly shared, right? And commonly shared, we should have a balance of male and female emotion and intellect. And when there's not a balance there, you don't have common sense. So that's what I said to people that say, oh, I didn't know that. I wasn't even thinking about that. I walked into the store and I just didn't notice. And I turned around, there was a gun behind me. Like, girl, I'm always looking at my damn surroundings, Miss Thing. Going into the magical stuff. I know that things are going to happen, but I also say, you know, give me that sign. But it's not just all the way 100% skeptic. And it's not also 100% believing. Because you got to have question in things, especially if it sounds too good to be true. Hello. The people just girl let Raggedy Ann and Billy Bob Thornton sit on camera and say, yeah, I manifested property. I manifested a $300,000 car. And it's like, but you can't get a hairdresser? You can't keep your nails on point, sis? Get on camera, nail polish peeling and stuff. Look like you just finished sticking your nails in sewage lines and stuff. No tea, no shade. But it's like, what? I've been manifesting all my life. Three babies and a man that's been cheating on you for the past 20. Okay, sis. I want to manifest like that too, honey. Come on. Come on, honey. Listen, what scripture has oh wait, hold on. I gotta scroll down, Edibus. Hold on, I gotta scroll it on down. We will arrange it, Adrian. What scriptures has been on your heart recently? I've been in Thomas. Oh, Thomas is good. Thomas, I should go into the gospel, Egyptian gospels. You should get into those teas too, honey. A lot of the Bible stories that were taken out the Bible, you can actually go buy those books at Barnes and Nobles and even your public library under shoot, I can't remember the category. You go into Barnes and Nobles, they'll tell you that. But what scriptures have been on my heart? Oh, I don't think any scriptures. I think I've been stuck in the book of Genesis. A lot of things that I've been thinking about and things have been projected into my reality has been about everything that's in the book of Genesis, which is not crazy, but it's like, whoa, it's crazy. It's like I said, it is kind of crazy because it's like, whoa, honey, whoa. But yeah, and oh God, I read so many scriptures. I do so many scriptures in the Bible, honey, which every spiritual should be doing. I know some people say I don't use the Bible because, you know, I just don't. I wasn't raised on that. Well, you want to learn the Bible. You want to learn the Bible. There's a lot of magical words in the Bible. That's all I would say. You can't take that stuff literal. That's how you know when people are like spiritually inclined and they're not spiritually inclined. Like when they read these scriptures and they say a man and a man should not wear blah, 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 and it's just like, but they call everybody mankind. Well, mankind should not lay with mankind as they do with womankind. I see that as a little bit of a reverse talking. And I also would say that if mankind is human, then what is womankind? Because I could tell you what I think that is. I don't know if it'll be allowed for me to say it on here. Because during those biblical times, there's a lot of practices that they didn't really allow, but that was taking place. Going into Sodom and Gomorrah, people keep making references that Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. It wasn't destroyed because of homosexuality. You need to reread that storyline, and I need you to highlight. Hello, maybe I'll do a video on that. Highlight what the scriptures are saying about why the Most High destroyed it with brimstone. Hello, because I'll highlight to you why it was destroyed. I'll highlight it for you, and I'll highlight it just in case you forgot. You forgot about the 7 deadly sins. I'm sure you have. Come on, Book of Guinness says yes. Yes, I enjoy reading the Bible too. Yes, King James Version. Love it. It's so much information in the Bible. It's so much information. So much information, honey. I'm telling you. People overlook it. I guess babble. Stick with your babbling magic, honey. I'm going to read my scriptures, honey. I'm going to read my scriptures. Well, okay. Guinness says 1 and 1 says, I will do that later down the line. I sure will. Yes, I will. I sure will. Even going into what they call people when they say sodomized. When they say I've been sodomized, let's go into this really quickly. We'll go into it just very quickly. Just very, very quickly. Ooh, Colombia, honey. Come on, Colombia. I got this guy from Colombia, honey. He's just been messaging me. He's like, oh my God, I gotta come there. You gotta come here. I ain't going to Bogota, Colombia. I'm not going there. You better fly your happy butt over here, honey. Meet me in Florida. Hello! Meet me in Florida, baby. Let's go into the word. Let's get into the word sodomized. Okay, can we get into it? Can we get into it? The word sodomized. I won't go too deep into it, honey. Let me see. I want to pull up. Let's do this one. I think we'll do the Merriam because, girl, they got the Urban Dictionary on here, girl. And we all know what this is. Okay, so the word sodomize is to perform sodomy. Okay. Merriam, what's going on with the Merriam Dictionary? What is sodomy, girl? Here we go. Sodomies, which is plural. It is anal or oral copulation with a member of the same or opposite sex. It also says something else, but we're not going to go into that. Okay. Sodomy is the crime of oral or anal sexual contact or penetration between persons of sexual intercourse between a person and an animal. Okay, girl, we're not getting into that. The crime of forcing another person to perform oral sex or anal sex. So sodomizing in the book, in the sake of the Bible, because they want to talk about people doing anal and all the good stuff. It says the crime of forcing another person to perform oral or anal sex. That means forcing, that's the key word. A crime of forcing another person to perform oral or anal sex. If you read the story about Sodom and Gomorrah, it will talk about how, I think it was Job, God sent Job into this village. And like I said, I'll save that for what we talk about. I'll save that for that. But it is forcing someone or forcing something onto someone sexually is the process of sodomizing someone. So someone who said they're not into you because you are a transgender woman and you're forcing them to be with you, that is sodomizing. Forcing someone to have sexual relations with you and they're not interested, that is sodomizing. Making a woman who's not into other women be with you, that is sodomizing. Even bribery, that all falls underneath that, honey. Forcing people, blackmail people, getting people drunk, no tea, no shade, getting people high, that is sodomizing. So like I said before, it's not just the process of you being gay, you're a sodomite, because of course, that is an act of, but everybody goes through that, girl, because no tea, no shade, unless you are just holier than holier, girl, everybody do some type of unnatural, because that's another word they say, is unnatural sexual activity. So being married to someone, if you're having sexual intercourse with someone you're not married to, that's also considered sodomizing. Unnatural sex acts are considered sex acts with people you're not married with. So everybody is a sodomite who is not married, having intercourse or sexual relationship with somebody out there. No tea, no shade. Hello, no tea, no shade. but they want to put it on just the homosexuals. It says people of the same and or opposite sex. So it's period. You're a sodomite. No tea, no shade. So let's stop pushing this gay, oh, it's a gay agenda. No, there's a gay. No, what happens is y'all try to push this anti-gay agenda and it's backfiring on y'all ass. That's what's going on, sister and brother out there. Y'all are trying to come up with this anti-gay agenda, and the Spirit of God said, not on my watch. Mother Isis said, not on my watch. That's what's going on, honey. Mother Callie Ma said, not on my watch. No, the hell you're not. You've been suppressing the feminine energy too damn long. You've been teaching people the ways of the patriarch. Going into the process of patriarch, you can look that up as well. Like I said, I'll do a video on that as well, honey. But even going into the, oh, it says right here, Anglo. Oh, Anglo-French says sodomy is sexual intercourse between men. From Old English, French, from late Sodoma, from supposed homosexual practices of the man in the city in Genesis 19:1 through 11. So this is what the Anglo-Saxon language say. But remember, the Anglo-Saxon is the ones that taught people about the Bible. Yet the story of Christ came from the Middle East. It didn't come from no damn Europe. No tea, no shade. I'm not cutting in on nobody out there. I'm just saying Jesus wasn't in Europe. He wasn't in London, France, Sweden, none of those teas. No tea, no shade. He wasn't reigning before the Vikings, honey. He came from somewhere in the Middle East, honey. So, you know, you got to remember, honey, you know, they were the same ones teaching the American residents on things that they only wanted them to know. Like a slave should not disobey his master. I don't believe anything that thing said right there. Anglo-French. What the hell? We know what Anglo-French means, just like we know what the word angel mean. White. Don't try me, Miss Thing. So there's a white French. Is there a black French? A Nor? A Nore? Is it called Nore? N-O-I-R French? Is there N-O-I-R French out there? Is it Nore or is that Nor? Is there a Nor French out there, baby? Guys, I want to know. Because, honey, Patti LaBelle, she could speak that Nora French out there, honey. She said, oulez-vous, 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 ooh, ooh, ooh. That's all I can say on here. I could just say oule. Oh, come on, honey. Oule, oule, oule. We will do a video on, yes. We'll do a video on that. Even going into the word Genesis. That's the root of all things. Genesis is the root of all things. That's why it's the first story in the Bible. And Revelations is the ending of the book because that's a process of revealing to you the real true T. The Bible is displayed to you in a story. That's why it's called the holy, what is it called? Basic Instruction Before Leaving Earth. So it's a book on stories to teach you metaphors and or tell you stories to resonate with you on different levels. So it's like everybody don't read the Bible the same. Everybody don't understand it the same way neither. But like these pastors said, but that's all like, why we got 20 churches in one city, then everybody reading from the same book and everybody understand the same book. Why you got 20 churches in a city, on every other block, there's a church. Hello? Why don't y'all just make one big mega church or two big mega churches? Because you know everybody in a city like mine that have 309,000 people, everybody's not going to no Christian church. Especially in this city, we got mostly Catholics and Lutheran people here. They're not going to the damn church, sister. So why y'all got 20 churches that each church hold about 1,000 people in it when you all know that only 300 people are going to be probably going? No, we'll say 1,000. But how many of y'all actually go there and believe in that stuff? And gonna try to sit here and fight with somebody like me. Talk about Miss Thing, you doing the Bible wrong. Nowhere in the scripture does the Bible say to light a candle when you reading it. Let's not talk about the book of Exodus and what went down with the Most High and the plague he gave to Egypt and what those mean metaphorically. And why they were assigned. Because remember, ego is separation of the higher self. Anything that deals with the Most High, Yahuwah, okay? Anything that deals with the higher self, the ascended master, is going to be separated from the lower self. Okay. Egypt dealt with the lower self. Egypt dealt with the arrogance and the greed of man. And that's why it had to be destroyed. Hello? Going into the plagues. Well, they gave the plague of frogs, lotus, all this stuff. Yeah, but I mean, really, if you break those words down and you switch those words around, what words are you really getting? Just like dog and stuff. I mean, someone told me something about dog or something. I was like, really? Why would they put that in the Bible? Oh my God, that's crazy. Why would that be in that Bible, honey? Anyway, let me go. This turned in from a Revelations talk about dogs. It says, for without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers, murderers, adult idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. Beware of dogs, beware of evil people. See, I think dogs means something else. I don't think, yeah. I don't think this actually means dogs like the dog that we have. I think these dogs were actually called something else. Because back in the day, did they call dogs dogs or what they call dogs? Canine. I think dogs are something else, and they tried to say that dogs are dogs. Like these dogs are dogs. Like, girl, bye. You not fooling me, Miss Thing. I think dogs are something else. I think a dog is a untrained. No, let me stop. Girl, that's gonna be controversial. Never mind. Never mind. Let me stop. I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go. Ow. I gotta go. Ow. I gotta go. I gotta go. Let me go, honey. I think they added that in there, honey. I do offer Bible classes, Erebus. I actually offered a Bible study for 4 to 6 weeks. Shout out to people that joined the Bible study, honey. Oh, one of you, I'm waiting for your email right now. A lot of times I throw out ideas just to see how much feedback I'm gonna get. If I get a lot of feedback from something, I will re-offer it. If I don't get a lot of feedback, then I say, oh well, they missed it, they missed it. So, but like I said, with the Bible class, I do offer the Bible class. I did offer the Bible study. I did offer a Bible class. I think I offered a Bible class for 25, and then I think I offered for 50, and I think I offered the Bible discussion for 99, which was 4 to 6 weeks of discussing the Bible. And we covered a lot of stuff. We actually got one more thing to cover, which is this week, and we're going to be done. But I offered the Bible class, honey. Everybody didn't take it. But once again, we also go into, you know, me sharing too much. I got to keep some things for myself. I got to keep some things for people that actually want to know. Not saying they want to know and they really don't want to know. Because some people, like I said, they act like they want to know. It's like, you really don't want to know, Miss Thing. You just want to play games with the girls. We're not playing games. Um, mm, I'm actually, oh wow, this is something new right here. See what I mean? See what I mean? Dogs in Hebrew, because I know the original Hebrew. Come on. But come on in here. Come on in here. We all know that we all know we all know that Hebrew is the first language, well, Aramaic and then Hebrew, which is former Hebrew. Either way, Do you know that dogs in Hebrew is Caleb? Did you know that? Spelled like celebrity, Celeb. And you know, during the biblical days, when they called you a dog, you were considered low status and evil. No tea, no shade. I just want to kind of throw it out there. So it's like, see what I mean? Like, I feel like in the Bible, when they call people, when they said dogs are not in heaven, I think they're saying like low status, conniving, nasty, just evil doing people won't be there. That's what I think that meant. I don't think they mean actual dog animals because, I don't. Mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah. See, you got to get new insight on things, honey. Oh my God, people used to actually abuse animals back in the day. See, I tell y'all, nothing's new under the sun. So you got people out here abusing dogs. These are people from during these days, during the time of Samuel, honey. Evil people, nasty people, disgusting, honey. Okay. It says to compare human to a dog or to call them a dog was implied that they were very low status. Oh, there you go. 2 Kings 8:13, Exodus 22:31, Deuteronomy 23:18, 2 Samuel 3:8, Proverbs 26:11, Ecclesiastics 9:4, 2 Samuel 9:8, 1 Samuel 24:14. All speaks about that. Calling human a dog meant that the person was considered evil. Philemon 3:2 and Revelation 22:15 speaks about it. See what I mean? See what I mean? So dogs, there was not like the actual dog, but the fact that people actually allow dogs to be abused, tell me that these people that abuse the dogs are reincarnates of pheasants, the peasants, slavery. Ooh, girl, let me go, because this thing that just got me, that just got me heated right now, honey. I'm gonna go, honey. I'm about to go on Facebook, look up some teas right now. Anyway, thank y'all for stopping by. And you will see me in the next video, of course. 28spirit at 28spirit8 And of course, you can always comment, honey. Until the next time, love and light, honey. It's 2:21. Oh, shit. I got like an hour, honey. Anyway, love and light. Be good to yourself and each other. And of course, I will see you next video. Bye for now, honey. And thank all of you who came in this live chat tonight, honey. Stayed here with me, girl. I thought it was going to get real messy, and I saw I put on this shirt, honey. You see there's like stained stuff on the shirt. I said, let me put on the shirt just in case it get a little messy. It dripped down there, but not on here. Now I got to shampoo this carpet, honey. I can't blame Anubis, honey. He's been right here the whole time. I did that myself, honey. Hello! Anyway, I'm about to eat my shrimp chips, y'all. And I'm about to eat some shrimp chips, drink some water, and do some things. Hello! Until the next time, you all. Love and light. Yes, honey. We got more videos coming, honey. I did mention too, okay, I love my dog's cherry boost. Hello. I did mention that we'll be doing more videos on more energy. Once again, as clarification, just in case y'all catching the see for my regular subscribers, Capricornus energy was the video that I did about Capricornus energy. It's separate from the zodiac Capricorn, excuse me. Okay, so the Baphomet and Pan are not Capricorns, but they are Capricornus energy. Capricorn, the zodiac, is ruled by Saturn, but the Capricornus energy is actually ruled by Pluto. See that right there? I'm thinking, girl, Pluto. So there you go. So now I'm not saying that Capricorns are ruled by Pluto. I'm saying that the Capricornus energy, the horned goat energy, Pan, Baphomet, Enki, there's a lot of deities that are associated with goat. That is Pluto energy, the black planet, the dual planet, the planet of animal and human, male and female, and it becomes split. Can we talk about it? Hello! We'll do more videos on mystery planets too. Bye for now. Bye for now. Love and light.